What is going on, everybody? Another episode of 4x4 Camping and Adventures, and in today's episode, costings of the Y62, all the mods, including the original buy price. I'm going to go through detail with every single thing that I put on the Y62, the cost of it, and I get a total breakdown of every single thing that's been put on the car, so I can get a total price of mods, plus obviously the original purchase price. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so I've got to wear out the old phone because pretty much my whole list is on here. So first things first, we're going to talk about mods, and then obviously we'll do the purchase price and then break it all down. So first things first, we have the exhaust. It's a pacemaker 3-inch catback system. I haven't got the extractors or anything like that. I've just pretty much got the catback system. I got that from Reese from Southwest Mechanical and Off-Road in Bunbury here. So that was $1,290. I fitted that myself. The second thing will pop up here was the rear drawer setup. Now this is from Black Label Storage. This worked out to be about $3,500. So that was everything installed, the whole system custom designed by me, built by John. So that's $3,500 there. 12 volt setup. So this was done by Riley from RD, so RD Electrics. Now he supplied everything, so essentially he pretty much rocked up and installed all the gear. I had a few things pre-supplied already. There will be a few things on here I brought from the Trident over, so like the original awning I had over, I'm not going to count that because I didn't buy that for this particular car. Same with like the Telstra booster and that kind of stuff. But that was $4,335, that was for the 12 volt setup. The tyres are a Maxxis Razor all-terrain 295 by 70 on 18, if I'm correct. They were $1,800 from my local shop here, Tyre Power in Treendale. Go see Andy, he'll look after you. The wheels were RAH Invaders. They were $1,800. The dash, so the cool digital dash you see in there, that was $1,594. Now that was on Boxing Day sale, so they're normally about $2,000. So, but I got it for $1,500. There's a bash plate I added. Now the Rhino bar comes with a bash plate that goes over the radiator. I had to get one that goes over the bottom of the oil sump and a few other sort of key components under there, because I actually touched it when I went off-roading one time, and Jake, who works for Reese, he said, oh, you're probably better off getting a bash plate here. So I picked up one of those for $240. Upper control arms for the suspension lift, $749. That was Black Hawk, just normal upper control arms. The actual lift was from Patrol Parts, that was $18.99, and then obviously the labour for the lift was $800. The steady lights, so if you've seen my solo trip, I had these two steady lights on each side of the car. They gave out heaps of light on the side of the car, and they're also orange as well. They're a fixed colour. They were $154. This is where it gets really expensive. So the colour-coded bull bar, the winch, the sliders, the roof rack, the LED light bars, and all the labour included, fitting all that gear on the car, was $15,000. So pretty much, it was around that kind of money, but yeah, $15,000. So that's all the bar work on the car, fully installed on the car as well, because it was in the shop for about a week and a half or a week and a bit. So that was about $15,000. So the fridge from Bushman, so the 85 litre fridge in the back, that was $12.99. I'm just going to round it up to $1,300. The camping canvas bags I got from Grab Me Gear, so they're about $300 in total. Water pump to do the 40 litre water tank to the whole system was $40, and the water tank itself was $250. The airbag system in the back was $1,000 because it's a wireless system. I can do outside adjustments with a remote control and all that kind of stuff. You can get a cheaper version for I think about $500, but I got the compressor and all that kind of stuff with it. Seat covers, so the Razorback seat covers, they were $538. I just got those off eBay, I think, off the top of my head. The floor mats as well I got off eBay. They are the 3D mats, same one. The same one, I think it's Graham Carhill uses in his D-Max, those 3D molded ones, actually really good. $330. The Red Arc Tow Pro was $330. The two-way, so the 370 GME two-way was $470. The fold-down brackets for the two-ways, so this is an interesting one. I moved my two-ways to the roof, and then I put folding brackets on there. They were $255 for the two brackets. The tyre deflator, so the Max Trax Indeflate was $215. The tread mounts to put the treads on the roof rack were $135. The aerial for the 4G booster, so I got a big, I think it's a 7 dB aerial for the booster. That was $120. The 30-second awning from Rockingham, what are they called? 4Drive Adventure Shop in Rockingham. I can't remember the name, but that was $11.50. The shower awning on the side, the kick-ass shower awning on the side was $300. The snorkel was $18.90 fitted and color-coded. The tow hitch, the Heyman Reese tow hitch was $1,400. The cargo barrier from Reese was, now that's a bit of a hard one because it was custom made and that kind of thing. He's got them on the website now for like $300, but I reckon it was about $500 for the custom work. Then the travel buddy and the pans and all that kind of stuff was an extra $350 on top of that. Then you got the solar screens that go on the back of the car for $250. The tin for $300. The Red Arc 180 watt solar panel, which I replaced the old solar panel I used to use, was about $300. The iTech World battery was $1,000, and the Bush barrier was $1,000 as well. So, the purchase price of the car, to give you an idea, I got the car in 2020 in November for 75 grand, thereabouts. I think it was like 75,500, but we'll just round it down to 75 grand. That was a 2020 box stock, no options, just a 2020 box stock TI. The total cost of the mods, this is the hard one, $46,000, 301. So the total price of the car turned out to be $121,000 and 301. So essentially, the Y62 is a $120,000 car rolling as it sits right now. Now, I've only had the car, this is the scary part, I've only had the car since November 2020. So this November it'll be 2 years old. So it's only like a year and a half old. And I've dropped 46 grand on it. So if your partners are watching this one, I do apologise. If your partner's sitting there looking at a Y62 at the moment, they are really, really expensive to modify. All the parts for them, everything for them is really expensive. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I still absolutely love the car. It is a fantastic beast. But hopefully this gives you a breakdown of like proper pricing, because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they say they got this mod, they got that mod and all that kind of thing, but they don't actually go down the break. Actually, a real good person for this is Tyler, Tyler Thompson. So he is really, really good about breaking down pricing, but there's a lot of people out there who don't break down pricing. And you do wonder how much they paid for it, was it supplied, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I wanted to give you a full breakdown of the money that's left my bank account to go to the Y62. Yeah, it's $46,000. So, there might be a Y62 on the market going for $160,000. If you're really interested in buying a white Y62, it's never been off road. It's only been driven to the shops and back. 160 grand with COVID pricing. No, honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. It might be a big sum of money, but you got to divide this over 10 years. All the gear in this car is not going to get replaced for 10 years. So if you look at it this way, if you've got $46,000, that's $4,600 a year. Let's actually do a quick calculation. If you have $4,600 a year, divide that by, let's say 52 weeks, it's about 88 bucks a week. So over the 10 years, every single week, that car's going to cost me 88 bucks without anything else to cover all the mods. So it's not too bad. I'm probably just trying to sell it to myself, trying to get over the fact that I spent $46,000 on my car. But in saying that, I was talking to a few other people the other day. I won't say names because it's quite private on, you know, how much they spent on their car, and some of them are up like 200 grand for chopped up cars and that kind of stuff. So it makes me feel a bit better. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that is the pricing of the Y62. I definitely wouldn't have done any different. I don't think it's exactly how I pretty much designed and how I wanted the car to be. And look, it is what it is. Like, we modify cars, and price generally isn't an option, hopefully. But I've just been really, really lucky in my life where I am now that I can spend that kind of money on my car and, do the things that I do and still really enjoy doing it. So yeah, that might be the end of the video. I think maybe let's leave it there. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm actually wearing. I don't plug merch very often on this channel because I don't really like plugging merch that often, but I do have these awesome Respect the Bush t-shirts. I'll chuck a couple of photos up. I do have a website that you can go to just to pick one up if you're keen. There's about a 2-week lead time to get them printed and that kind of stuff, but then they'll be sent out and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I've started doing some new t-shirts because I had the old grey ones, but yeah, I just decided to change a little bit up and do something around Respect the Bush because that's obviously what I'm all about, and that's something that I think we can all resonate as a community to get behind. So yeah, go check out the store. There's patches on there, there's stickers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, go check it out. But as always, it's been another episode of 4x4 Camping and Adventures. And if I don't see you in the next video, I might see you out there in the traction trails. If I don't see you in the traction trails, I shall see you later. And enjoy modifying your Y62s. See ya.